Okay, so you need to make 3 columns. I see Dylan has it all ready to go. Thanks for giving it. So in one column you need to write conflict. In the middle one you need to write how it was solved. And then on this side you need to write theme.
Ooh, is it Johnny's theme? No, volleyball.
No, so when they're using the word theme in the book, they mean like an essay, okay? We're using the word theme a little bit differently. Yeah.
Was really the topic for the essay?
No, it's like a literary device where it like wraps around and it becomes itself like it's Chausow essay, right? Like it's not actually real life. Okay. But yeah, it's supposed to be like, this was Chausow essay that he wrote for his class, even though it's not a true story. All right, so we need to talk about the themes and the outsiders, okay? So does anybody remember what a theme is? We've talked about this before. Casey?
Like what the author wants you to take from it?
What the author wants you to take from it, okay? Kind of like the lesson that they want you to learn, right? You guys remember this? Okay, so today we're going to practice finding theme. We're going to do it a little bit differently than we did in the past, and I think this way was a little bit easier than how we've done it. So, to find the theme, one way to find it, and there's lots of different themes in this book, okay? This book is full of lessons that we can take from it, all right? But to find one, first we need to find a conflict. There's lots of like problems. We know the big conflict is who against who? In the book. Socials against greasers, right? But then there's lots of like little baby problems, okay? So one of those problems is, you don't have to write this down, this is just an example, but Ponyboy is in denial about Johnny's death. Okay, so that was one of the problems that Ponyboy faced in the novel. Okay, can you guys think of how did Ponyboy work through that? How did he make it to the whole acceptance phase? You guys, what do you think? What helped him?
Dairy.
Casey?
Dairy and soda.
Okay, so he had his brothers.
Do you write this one down?
No, this is just an example. His brothers helped him. What else helped him kind of get through this and find acceptance? Katie? Okay, so the gang. What else? Harrison? Harrison, what helped him kind of come to terms with Johnny's death?
I guess kind of like, because before he read the note, he kind of was still not really accepting.
Right, so after he read the note, that helped him. So can we put Johnny's note? What were you going to say, Tom? Oh, okay. Okay, and I'm going to add one more thing. He had time, right? Like it took him some time. Whereas like Dallas, like when he was coping, Clay, I need your eyes up here. Maya, I need your eyes up here. Okay, so Dally, when he was trying to deal with Johnny's death, he just reacted super fast, right? But Ponyboy had some more time to kind of like process it. And so maybe if Dallas had given himself more time, then maybe he would have been able to come to acceptance with Johnny's death, right? So, right, exactly. But of course he's super emotional, right? So he just like reacted instead of giving himself some time to like think about it and process, go through all those stages.
Because he's had a hard life, his parents left him.
Right. So for a theme, okay, so a theme is our life lesson, right? And here's 2 sentence starters. Okay, one is sometimes in life. Do you guys remember this? And then as humans, we often. So I'm going to look at how this problem was overcome. His brothers helped, and the gang helped, and then Johnny's no, and then there's time, okay? So there's lots of like lessons we can kind of learn about grieving. So I think that a theme, and remember a theme is like a general life lesson. It can apply to any human being anywhere in the world. So we don't use any characters' names or anything. So sometimes in life, I'm gonna focus kind of on these ones. Sometimes in life, we need, help from others in order to overcome trials. Okay? Yeah, you don't need to write this one down, this is just an example, okay? So is this a lesson that we can take from the outsiders? Sometimes in life we need help from others in order to overcome trials. I think so, because it's showing us that Ponyboy trying to deal with it by himself, he couldn't. But once he had help from his brothers in the gang, then he was able to overcome it, right? Another one could be like, as humans, we often don't want to face our problems, but with time, we can overcome our problems. Okay, that's another lesson, right? Let's do one together. What's another conflict? So this one I do want you to write down. What's another conflict that we saw in the novel? Graded? Oh, good one. Okay, so there was one of the problems was Soda and Pony might go to a boys' home. Okay, I need the weird noises to stop, please.
Huh?
I need the weird noises and the humming to stop.
Weren't they already out of boys' home?
No. Okay, so that was the conflict, okay? That was like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen, okay? Soda and Pony might goes to a boys' home. How was that resolved? Okay, we know they did it, but why didn't they, okay?
I think it's because the doctor talked to the judge and said he's not thinking right.
Okay, so we know that the doctor talked to Ponyboy
Judge.
and to the judge. So what would have happened if the doctor wasn't there? Maya?
To be in a boys' home.
Probably. Why?
Because the doctor kind of persuaded the judge to let them stay with the
Well,
If the doctor said that he wasn't really thinking right, and he said, do you like living with Derry, and he said yes, wouldn't that make sense?
Right, so he asked good questions that he helped him understand, right? Graydon, what else?
And like sometimes when you're busy or feeling well, you almost
Right. So the judge kind of knew what was going on in Ponyboy's life, right? Because of the doctor. So, what's a theme that we can write, okay? So talking and trying to understand, I'm going to label that as communication. So because of communication between the doctor, Ponyboy, and the judge, they were able to not go to a boys' home. So what's a life lesson that we can learn from that, okay?
We need to communicate.
Okay, so let's say, because I don't know about sometimes, but in life, you can just put in life, communication will, what? How should I finish this sentence? Cole? Yeah. In life, communication will, what is she trying to teach us? Good, it'll help you stay calm. What else, Dylan?
Help us understand things better.
Good.
Without communicating.
Okay, so it'll help us understand things better. What else, Karina?
Help us when we expect it.
Help us when we least expect it. Good. All of these are good right answers. Harrison?
Communication will help you get through like tough times.
Good. Okay, so in life, communication will help us get through